Hey everybody, Zach here. In this lesson we're going to talk about the agenda page. So I think the best place to start is to review what the agenda page is from the perspective of the guest. So right now I'm on the event page. Standard event page as you would expect, and you can see here we have a view sessions button. So if a guest clicks view sessions, this will pop open the agenda page. So this is where your full virtual sessions agenda can be viewed. It can be filtered, it can be searched. The guest can click this button to register right here, or they can navigate back to the event page in a seamless fashion. Now let's talk about the agenda page from the perspective of the host. So your agenda page is managed in the agenda page touchpoint right here. But before we go in there, it's worth a visit into the sessions manager here. So every session that you create is managed in this workspace, including the title, description, date and time, your speaker information, and your tags. So now, when we go into the agenda page, it's automatically designed and organized for you based on what was entered in Sessions Manager. So all of the details in here are set. You're going to use this workspace to design the experience. So let's start with just that. The best way to use this workspace, in my opinion, is to think of the right-hand sidebar here as a checklist. So any element that you want to edit, you click into, and then you can make adjustments. So that's our logo right there. This is where you would edit your logo. If we want to go to the back button, we can change the text and the hover text on that, for example. Maybe I want to make that a little bit darker. I have my cover area right here. This is probably the most significant, where I can change either the color or upload a background image. Looks great, right? I could also just click on individual elements and that opens up the workspace for me. So I can adjust my button styles, I can make my button bigger or smaller by adjusting the text size. Alright, I'm not going to go through every single design element, but let me point out a couple areas I think you could have a really big impact. So if we scroll on down, this is the main content. It's the actual sessions, right? So if you click into the sessions card area, this is where you can really transform what each of these look like. So sessions background, for example, you could apply a color, and then maybe, if you apply a color, you can come up and adjust the headlines and the other text elements so they really pop. So that's one option there, and there's lots more nested to the right. The other one are your speaker modals, modals being a fancy word for pop-ups. So each of these speaker headshots that you see can be clicked by the guest and actually open up into a pop-up window. So if you click on speaker modals, you could see this is your opportunity to design exactly what this looks like. Super simple. So once you have this looking exactly how you want it, make sure you save your changes up top, and then I'll show you how to navigate back to your event page and make sure that this feature is activated. Alright, our final step takes place in the event page. So let's click into that touch point. And one thing that I showed you earlier is the view sessions button that I added here. So the key to this button, opening up the agenda page touch point for the guest, is this little link icon here. You can see in the drop down, the link to option is saying go to agenda page. So anytime we want to include a button that opens up the agenda page touch point, like this one, we have to just link it up. So in this example, I would click on the little link button here. I would say view sessions. I would change this link to go to agenda page, and I'm good. So as a final step, I would save my changes, preview this from the attendee's perspective, and make sure my buttons are working. So we know this one's working because we tested it together earlier. Let's try our new button. Sound is a pound. So that's how it works. We recommend having one or more buttons opening up your agenda page touchpoint.